Hello Captains, it's me, TONIK TZW, and this one had me questioning the player base. I know we've seen a lot of videos going around of divisions from the same fleet or people getting together from different fleets and trying to sync drop into games by which to boost their own stats. And it was only when watching this video back and thinking, is it worthy of the channel, that I noticed that there are 4 ships there on Red Team who are all in the same fleet, and they're both in 2-ship divisions. Now there is another fleet out there that I see doing this often, particularly when they're live streaming, and it does seem that if you're dropping full divisions into a game, you're more likely to get put against each other. However, I've often seen, and it seems to be getting more common, where people have 2-ship divisions, that they get dropped onto the same team. Now, my friends and I, in our fleet, we occasionally do put divisions together. Sometimes it's the case that we've got more than 3 people in the party chat, so we will split between divisions, and then we'll do a sync drop on the game, and the fun ones are the ones where we're up against each other. But it seems to be that people are trying to use this method of sync dropping smaller divisions into the same game to boost themselves a little bit, perhaps to try and make it easier. Wargaming have said that within standard matches they will not increase the division size to more than 3, because it can become overpowered when you've got more than 3 players communicating and making a concerted effort against a single target on a team. Now, we've got 2 destroyers and 2 cruisers, one of which is a radar cruiser, which I'm asking everybody to shoot at. But if you look at the minimap, you'll notice that apart from our own player in our division in a big ship on this side, pretty much all of our heavy steel has gone to the other side. So I decide that I'm going to come into this cap with my sonar and help out and see if we can get a destroyer spotted, because there is a smoke screen there. And I think it's Dark Lord here in the mini Gumo beside me, but we get their Yugumo spotted, and we are going to wheel on him as hard as we can, and I'm going to preserve some hit points by disappearing behind this rock, running my smoke, because he is in division with a, I want to say, a Dalian. And that's potentially nasty. So I'm going to hold this guy on my sonar until such time as he disappears. And that means that we free up the cap, and that the cruiser that was in division with that destroyer no longer has anybody to spot for him. But there is a big smoke screen here, and we can see a Wisconsin out there, and as much as I would love to shoot at him and put some fires on him, I can't see the cruiser, but he's going to do me a favour. Now, the Z44 and the Kronstadt are pushing across the other side of the map, and I'm still calling for fire on that Kronstadt. But here on the top right side of the minimap, we've still got all of our big steel hanging around up there. Now, you might have also noticed at the start of the game that some plum, I won't mention any names, but you can look it up on the end screen stats for yourself, they have brought 2 battleships in, one of which is a tier 7 Iowa, the other one which is a tier 8 ship. Lesson to you, never ever split tiers in division, because there's a very good chance that you will get up tiered. And shaking my head at those guys, but we've got 4 ships who are going to sit there on that back corner of the map for pretty much the majority of this game, for as long as it goes. And you can see me pleading with our team to try and get some shots onto that Kronstadt, but I think those guys are literally too far away. Now we're also trying to batter this battleship that's going in. We have finally got fire going in on the Kronstadt, and I'm pushing over because we know there is a destroyer back here as well as we lose our Dalian. That was the guy that was in the smoke. I'm just going to fire my guns at this Kronstadt and try and draw some fire away from my division buddy here. And there we go, he disappears. And then we're on to the Wisconsin. Now I do have smoke available, and this is going to be a throwaway game for me because you know that I don't normally play stupidly, but I was kind of getting a little bit annoyed and trying to do as much as I possibly could to try and help get rid of this Wisconsin. But the Z44 has popped up ahead of me, and I'm thinking, come on, one more fire on this guy and then we can pop the smoke and go dark. And no, we're getting shot at by the Z44, who's laid a smoke screen. He's decided, oh no, it's not his smoke screen, that must have been our Dalian smoke screen. But we're going to pop a heal, we're going to pop a smoke. We're quite certain that he's going to be spotted by our whiskey there. Yeah, there's going to be torpedoes coming our way, but no, the whiskey disappears behind the island. Now Dark Lord there is in the cap contesting, and we lose our whiskey there. They've got a Wisconsin pushing back in. The Z44 is in front of me, and even though we have a huge advantage on ships, literally there is nobody else on this side of the map to help us, and that's not good. We get spotted by the Z44 again, and I'm like, you know, I'm going to do everything I can to try and take this guy off and stop him from pushing round the flank. I know the Wisconsin is probably dialing in his gun sights on me now. We're not going to repair that one just yet. We're just going to keep shots on this guy, wiggling around. We take a big hit from somewhere there, but staying on this Z44, we want to get rid of him. We're moving around a ship because it looks like he's starting to get damage soaked. But come on, give us the kill. There we go. We get the kill, but here we go. The Wisconsin is going to pull a blinder on me, and I'm thinking he's going to back up, or he may turn back in to the capture points. But not a single shot coming from the other side of the minimap, and this is going to be the Hail Mary for me, unfortunately, because he's going to get an absolute beauty of a salvo onto me. Now that guy has literally sailed up the side of the map, absolutely broadside, with only ourselves really to counter him. And I was thinking, where the hell has the rest of the team been during this game? And if you look, we're just coming on to 7 minutes on the clock as my torpedoes miss. That would have been nice to get, what is it, a flesh wound out of it. But he sailed completely broadside up the map, and not one of those ships that went right have been able to put a shot onto it. And I'm just looking, and there's one ship out in front of them, which is in Nebraska, and they have got 5 ships going up against that guy. And I believe that the most they've been able to do is to kill 2 ships between the 5 of them. And that is frankly outrageous. There we go. You did see that the IO was there. Pretty much full health. What we got? 1, 2, 3 ships full health. One who's looking a little bit worse for wear, and that guy's probably around 60%. And between them, they've achieved 2 kills. And I just sat here and looked at this because I thought this is frankly ridiculous. You've had 3, 4 of us perhaps that have been fighting those caps in the center against pretty much everything that red team were throwing at us, while these guys have all sat back on the corner, but they're not going to get the kill because we're going to take the game on 1,000 points, because that's how epicenter and domination mode are won. And the results speak for themselves. we get top 3 with 5 kills. And yeah, the Iowa that accidentally got himself into a legendary tier match finishes bottom, and the rest of those ships managed to get 2 kills between them. So if there's any question about who won that game for blue team, I think the top 3 spots with the rusty buckets were the ones to do that. I may have thrown my ship away, but it was worth it for the win. Have you seen anybody stat pattern? Let me know down in the comments. So don't forget, smash the like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel, and as always, until next time, take care of yourselves and goodbye.